Welcome back to the morning news. Well, this winter has been tough for motorists and pedestrians. It's also been hard on our pets, and specifically dogs. Most aren't able to get out for their daily walks or runs because conditions are just too rough. Know what I'm saying? Tristan Flynn from Jollytails here with some suggestions for you on how to keep your dogs busy during this bad weather. It's called Dog Talk here on the Morning News. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
Who you have with you here today?
This is actually my dog, Freya, so I thought I'd bring her along, and I brought some of her favorite toys with me.
Awesome. So Freya's a Bernese Mountain Dog?
She is, yep. She's going to be 7 in July, so she's a little bit older right now, and I've had her since she was about 12 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
She's my only girl.
Beautiful pup.
Thank you. Very nice dog.
Now, my dog, I've noticed over the past few days, hasn't been getting out for regular walks because it's been, you know, the weather hasn't been that great. It seems to me like he's getting a bit shack-wacky. There's a bit of cabin fever going on there, just kind of lying on the couch. You know, not really, pretty lethargic, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Is that common?
Yeah, absolutely. And we know we sometimes underestimate how bored dogs can be at home because there's really not much for them to do. So we might sit down and watch a movie and our dog's laying beside us, so we've got entertainment for 3 hours and they're really doing nothing.
Right.
So it's really important that we try to provide enrichment for dogs. And we're lucky that there's a lot of great companies out there that have been really creative in making some of these toys. So I thought I'd bring some along and go over some of them with you.
Yeah, let's have a look.
So the most important dog toy, one of the things that all of these toys have in common is that you put food in them. So they're not stuffy toys, they're not rope toys, they're actually things that can be filled with food. So we have kind of some of the traditional ones like a ball. So this is kind of a funny looking grin ball, but it does have a hole in the back so I can put some treats in there for my dog. And so she loves to have toys to roll around. This is probably the most standard toy that most people are familiar with, and that's the Kong toy.
Kong toy.
And I'm going to show everybody kind of a bit of a trick today. There's Freya going after her ball. So I'm going to show everybody kind of a trick today, what you can do with a Kong to actually make it much better for the dog, and that would be freezing it. So some people are used to putting the treats in. So if you put a treat in the bottom of the Kong, unfortunately they just kind of come right out. So we want to actually freeze the Kong. So what you can do is you can actually take some treats and your dog's kibble and food, fill the Kong up all the way, and then cover it with an actual bowl like this. Freya's going after her ball. Fill it with a bowl like this, flip it around, and then run water through the tiny hole right here while you hold it up against the saucer or the bowl. Once the water starts to overflow, dump any excess water out and then stick that up into your freezer. And when you take it out, you can simply snap it off the bowl and you'll have a Kong that's completely filled with ice and food, and you can give that to the dog and they're going to bite and chew on it for usually at least a good hour. So this is a really great tool to use, but I would recommend that people freeze it.
They can still smell the food through the ice kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can put a little smear of peanut butter at the top, or there's some special Kong paste that you can use. We've got a lot of other good variety toys. This is what's called a Kong wobbler. So you can actually open this guy right up. You can put all your treats in there. And then when you shut it back up, it'll actually wobble around the table. So you can put this on the ground for the dog, and it actually wobbles around the floor. So it's a really great toy. There's Freya kind of checking it out.
Right on cue, Freya. You're trained well.
She's like, where's the treats? These are a couple just barbell toys, so they've got holes in them there, so you can add the treats there. So Freya's pretty familiar with these types of toys, so we can always just put a few treats in here and a couple treats here. And again, she's just going to knock that around, move it around, try to knock the treats out of it.
There she goes.
We've got some more difficult ones. Yeah, there you go. We got some more difficult ones. This is a twist and treat. You can actually make this one a little bit harder, so I can shut it and close it so it's harder to get the treats out if your dog is getting really good at things. And then we've got a couple really funny balls. This is a nice little monster ball, so again, I can put some treats in there. I know you're losing all the treats, Freya. This is a squirrel dude. This is very similar to a Kong, but it actually has prongs on it. So I can put a few treats in there, and they're not going to come out as easily as the Kong does. So Freya actually needs to knock this one around. And one of my new favorite products that just kind of came out, this is actually a bowl. And this is a brand new puzzle bowl. And what you can do with it is, instead of using a regular bowl, you can actually replace this one and use this as your regular bowl all the time. So you don't even need to use this as a special toy. You just use it all the time.
Yeah.
So if you look, if I put the treats actually in this bowl, it's very hard for the dog to get them out. So they're going to have to eat around each individual piece. So it slows them down. So if your dog is bolting their food and they're eating very quickly, that can cause them to puke. It can also cause a medical condition like bloat if they're eating too fast. Really? So this is actually a really great tool that I think everybody should have. And in my opinion, I would usually go with anywhere between 4 to 6 food delivery toys. So when I was working full time and I couldn't bring my dog with me and she was at home for 8 hours, literally almost every toy you see on this table, I would fill them all up, a few pieces of kibble, 1 or 2 treats, and that's what I would give my dog to do. So she would have something to do all the time.
Great tips for curing the cabin fever for the Poochies.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
We got about a minute left. Some big news that was in the Chronicle Herald. You're expanding the business. Tell us about it.
We are. So Jollytails is going to open up a second location. It's going to be on Lady Hammond Road. So we're going to have a small dog special daycare, and we're going to have overflow for our current daycare because we are at capacity all the time. And it'll give us the ability to do more community events, and it'll give us the ability to do more training classes at night. So hopefully we'll be able to serve our customers much better.
And of course, it's all because of your appearances recently on the Morning News and Global.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one last thing as well is if you check out our Facebook page at Jollytails Inc. and you like and share this video, we're going to pick someone at random to win all of the toys that we featured here today. So
even
we'll
the
give
bowl?
you all these toys, even the bowl.
Wow, are anchors of the Morning News eligible to enter this contest?
Absolutely. Like and share from our Facebook, and you will win these toys. And, of course, you can always drop by Jollytails to pick up some of these toys. Again, for a small investment, you know, most of these toys are around like $10 a piece, and most of them will last you a lifetime. So for your dog's happiness and for enrichment, it's a really, really great investment.
Right. Gets Frey off the couch or off the dog bed and doing something.
Gives them something to do and works their mind. If you've got a smart dog out there, they've got to have something to do. It'll solve a lot of your behavioral problems.
Perfect. And the good news is, as well, there's going to be some sunshine coming the next few days so we can get those dogs outside.
Perfect. But this is great all the time because people are always at work, so use these every day.
Valid point, sir. Much like all the valid points you give us here at Dog Talk. It's Tristan Flynn from Jollytails. We've got more information about where you can find the website. It's on their Facebook page, facebook.com/Jollytails Inc. This video, like and share it for your chance to win all the products you've seen on our show today. And don't forget their location, 3484 Intercolonial Street, just behind the McDonald's, where you can get free coffee all week long.
Hey, we've been taking advantage of that.